So the Double Sculls Challenge Cup, Rosts and Krol against Hull and Thompson.
Yeah, this is the Washington entry against the Twickenham, and we're watching GB start athletes against Washington University athletes here.
And this is such a difficult boat to get right, isn't it? Off those start pontoons, and these are experienced athletes who have got a decent chance of making a good fist of it, but it's very, very demanding to get this right. So.
Yeah, and they're doing a brilliant job here, aren't they? You can see that the buck side, which is the side by the trees as we're looking at, has managed that bit really well. Quite often you see that crew moving away from the trees and getting themselves into the middle, but they managed it brilliantly there, and both crews are absolutely where the umpire would be wanting to see them in the river.
The Americans are bossing it early. I say Americans. They're actually both Canadians, aren't they, through the University of Washington. Both Rosts and Krol from Canada.
Yeah, and I think it is Ross, is it? No, yeah, it's Ross who's going to be joining the Canadian senior team when he's finished this final campaign in his University of Washington W top, and he'll be going back to Canada to try and do that. But I think GB Star athletes, you know, this is now their part of the river, if you like. You can see that they are sticking in and making a really good effort to stay in touch. This is the point in the race where you've done your start, you've got all those numbers, counting numbers as you do out the start coming in, you've come into your rhythm, and now it's about how effective and efficient you can be.
Is it my imagination, or did they make a move whilst you were talking there? They looked like they were going to give it some extra and push through, and they have just nudged up into the lead there, so that was good work from the British boat, the Twickenham boat. It's Hull and Thompson have managed to get some competition going here, and that will surprise the Americans, I suspect. You mentioned Steve Rosts of University of Washington and Adam Krol as well from the same university. Ross in the Canadian men's single in the 2021 under-23 Worlds medals.
So really experienced athletes. What's interesting about these Washington athletes is they've been racing in an 8 all season, so they've been sitting in that far shell with the coxswain telling them what to do, if you like, or giving them instruction, and now they're having to think for themselves in the moment in the double, and it'll be about how much they've managed their communication and really thought these through, because the GB start athletes are having a very good part of this part of the race, and we can see that the crew in lane number 2 is up there, the Queen's University Belfast and Twickenham Rowing Club crew.
Yeah, they're athletes, all 4 of them on the water at similar stages of their careers, aren't they? Both just about to hit the big time, you suspect. And having a look at those from University of Washington, Krol, who's Toronto. He says he likes a bit of hiking and sailing in his spare time. Ross, he likes a bit of fishing, and he plays and watches hockey and basketball as well. So.
And look at that, when you go in that Washington boat, you can see the eyes on the shell. I've never seen that with the Empacker before. They've managed to, it looks like it's a wolf or something that's chasing you down. I mean, of course, the double on the other side, they won't be looking that closely, but my God, what an amazing shot to be able to see that.
A bit scary.
And it kind of makes me a bit jealous when you talk about that moment, because these athletes are, when you're watching this, you could be watching the next Olympic champions. These are really talented, physiologically and technical athletes, and they come out here at Henley Regatta and they've had an opportunity to test their mettle against each other.
Well, it's a really good race as they pull in front of stewards now, but it looks like it's going to be the more local of the 2 boats who are heading for the line. So this is a great finish. Just having a look on the buck station here, it looks like it's going to be Hull and Thompson in the Double Sculls who have got it by just over a length. But that was a terrific race, those 2. Because Double Sculls, you often get much greater margins of victory, but Hull and Thompson have beaten Ross and Krol of the University of Washington over in the USA, Canadians originally, and that is a terrific performance from the British youngsters there.